Hi Pisces, welcome to your September 2023 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you are new here, welcome. As I mentioned, I will be providing a general energy reading for the Pisces collective, so take the messages that resonate, leave the rest. I hope you're taking care of yourself, Pisces. I myself am a Pisces sun and a Pisces rising, Aries moon. We currently have 7 planets in retrograde: Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Venus, Mercury, Uranus, Chiron. So if things have been feeling chaotic, you are not alone. Venus does go direct. I believe it's September 3rd or 4th, so that's good. And we just had the super blue full moon in Pisces yesterday. It is currently August 31st as I'm recording this, and I still can't believe we're at the end of August, but I hope you're doing well, Pisces. I am an energy reader and an alignment guide. If you are interested in a personal reading, I will link my website below. You can check out my offerings. I've got a few pre-recorded options as well as live one-on-one sessions, so take a look. And something I always like to remind y'all of is that you know yourself and your life and your situation better than anyone else. So always trust your own judgment and discernment. And remember that you have free will. So if something comes out in the reading that you do not like, understand that you can change your perspective. You can change how you communicate. You can change how you deal with people or situations. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling a clear and accurate reading for the Pisces collective for the month of September. We're going to start with 5 cards for the overall energy, then we'll pull clarifiers, and then I will close it out with an oracle card. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. What messages do we have for Pisces? This actually came out reverse. What messages do you have for Pisces spirit? Angel spirits and guides. What messages, what advice, what guidance do you have for Pisces spirit? Thank you, angel spirits and guides. One more card, please, for Pisces. Pisces. Okay. Let me get the clarifying deck. So 3 of Swords in reverse was the first card out. So definitely you are moving past situations that have hurt you, disappointed you in the past heartbreaks, past losses, which I love to see. I think a lot of Pisces have been healing very, very deeply. I know I have. Why is the 3 of Swords here, Spirit, for Pisces? Why is the Queen of Cups here, Spirit? Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. Why is the Empress here, Spirit? Why is the Emperor here, Spirit, in reverse? That's a lot of cards. A lot of cards. 1 or 2 would be just fine. Okay. Okay. Why is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse here, Spirit? Okay. You're coming out of a time of heartbreak, disappointment, healing over past wounds. It is this 3 of Swords in reverse, clarified by the 8 of Cups in reverse. For me, this is speaking to a situation that was not easy for you to move on from, Pisces. This was a situation that was very deep. You had a lot of emotions. It was not something that you wanted to walk away from. This is a person that you deeply loved, and you were hoping that things would work out. And so it's sort of been something that you have been holding on to, but now you're ready to let it go, as difficult as it is, right? Like, especially for Pisces, as a Pisces love love. And I think that it is in our nature to see the best in people. And sometimes we don't realize that just like someone can project their negativity onto somebody, we can project our positivity onto somebody. And it's a gift, but it can be a curse sometimes when we take it too far, that like we see the best in people, we see the potential in people. And so even though we might know like, yeah, this person betrayed me, da 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 da, and like I need to move away from this emotionally unfulfilling situation, it can be very difficult, right? So I think like you're finally ready to move on from a situation that you had a really hard time letting go of. So I love to see that. Part of your healing has been this Queen of Cups energy, right? This is about you being not just grounded, right? She's got her feet on the ground, but deeply connected to your emotions, your intuition, to spirit. And you can see in both of these cards, right? Queen of Cups is focused on her cup. My cup first, as Jess from High Priestess Healing Tarot says, my cup first. You decided after this situation that you needed to focus on yourself. You need to love yourself. You started to see your true power, your true worth. You started to just love yourself the way that you wanted this person to love you. And that's really been how you've been able to come out of this deep heartbreak. And loving yourself this way has helped you to realize that not only are you the Queen of Cups, you are the Empress. The Empress is the queen of all queens. And you come into this after a time of feeling very insecure from this situation. It's obvious to me that this was a very deep, loving relationship that you had a hard time moving on from. It took a lot of deep commitment to self, focusing on self, giving yourself the love that you have been desperately trying to give everybody else. You finally started to give it to yourself, and you were able to move out of this place of feeling unlovable. Your insecurity started to dissipate because you started to really step into your Empress authority. Now for me, right, with the Emperor in reverse, this confirms that at one point, perhaps you were a divine pair. Seeing the potential in people isn't necessarily bad, right? Sometimes you can see the potential in somebody and you inspire them to be who they have always wanted to be. You inspire them to heal. You inspire them to elevate. But sometimes people don't take that opportunity. So I think that you saw that with this person from your past, you could have been the Emperor and the Empress, and that's part of why it was so painful and so difficult for you to move on from. You had to make a choice to walk away from this Emperor, even though you were blindfolded. You were trusting your intuition, and you were utilizing the tools that were given to you, right? Your boundaries of saying like, I don't know what's next. For me, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I deeply love this person, but I know that this is what I have to do. And even if I am unclear about what is on the other side, I know that I have to walk away from this situation because it's not working. It's draining me. The love is lost. It is no longer what it once was, because if these were both upright, that would be a completely different situation, right? But we have the Emperor reverse. We have, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So clearly this was at one point had the potential at least to be a divine pair, a divine union. And I think you knew that intuitively, and it deeply broke your heart. And because of the fact that you deeply love this person, and because of the fact that you saw what was possible, it was not easy for you. But you realized that staying in the situation was only making you doubt yourself. And so you decided to choose yourself. You decided to lean into your Empress energy, and you decided to walk away from this Emperor in reverse because it was draining you emotionally, financially, otherwise, right? Like when you stay in connections that are not aligned with you, you will see your resources and your abundance draining. And the reason for that is that we stay in misaligned relationships and connections because of our lack mentality, because we fear like, oh, I'll never find anybody else again. I'll never love again. And you decided not to listen to that. You were like, listen, this situation's not working. You know, this person is hurting me. Staying, and I will also say this, I firmly believe this, staying in an expired relationship and in a misaligned relationship because you love somebody is not loving. If you know that a relationship is not working and you decide to walk away, that's the most loving thing you can do for yourself and the other person, because you're giving yourself and the other person an opportunity to heal, to grow, and to hopefully one day find a relationship that is actually aligned. And I get a few more cards for Pisces. I just got like 15 cards. Maybe not 15. Spirit, what additional insights can you provide for Pisces regarding this situation? Sometimes you may question your judgment. That's normal. Again, we're in retrograde season. Thankfully, Venus is coming out of retrograde in a few days. Mercury goes direct, I believe, on September 14th or 15th, and then we have the post-shadow period. But sometimes you may question your judgment, and I think that that's totally normal, Pisces, especially if you walked away from somebody that you deeply loved. And, you know, like, we Pisces, we love. Oh, we have the Tower in reverse here. The way that I see this is, you knew that this ending was coming, and it was very difficult because you knew that it would be a tower for them. And yes, it was a tower for you as well, Pisces, but because you made the decision to walk away from this person, from this relationship that you were in, from this commitment, it was slightly easier for you. And I think that that's been part of your struggle, is that like you knew that this was the right thing, but it hurt you to hurt them. It wasn't easy for you to walk away from them, and it wasn't easy for you to watch them suffer. But the other thing is that like, it's really important for us not to step in the middle of somebody else's karma, right? Like, we all come into each other's lives to teach each other something, to trigger something, to mirror something to each other, right? So like that relationship that did not work out, Pisces, was there to help you realize, right, that you were codependent, that you were people-pleasing, that you were operating from a lack mentality of believing that you would never find anybody else, right? And you started to see how abundant and beautiful and amazing you are all on your own. With or without an emperor, you're still the Empress, right? And for that person, right, it was probably a way for them to be triggered and given an opportunity to take responsibility for, you know, not being the person that they claim to be, for being toxic, for being codependent, for being manipulative, whatever it is, for being controlling, right? Whether or not they choose to take accountability to grow and to heal has got nothing to do with you, right? But even though you knew that, because that's why you made this decision, it still was not easy for you. And so I think that like right now during this retrograde, we all are thinking about the past. And so sometimes questioning or feeling sad about a decision that you made in the past that caused a lot of heartbreak for both of you, that's normal. But I think like you still are in this place of accepting, like, you know that this was the right thing to do, especially with the energy that you're in and this Empress energy. It's like, you know that this was the right thing for you to do, right? Like there's no question about the fact that this was the right thing for you to do. I just had a bunch of cards fall. You've been doing the inner child healing, right? Of working through those old thought patterns of believing that unless you people please, unless you bend over backwards, unless you overextend, unless you put up with abuse, that you're going to be alone, right? You loved your inner child so much to tell them like, no, I got you. We're going to be okay. This might hurt, but we are lovable. And one day when the stars align, we will meet the person who is our equal and who can love us properly. But in the interim, we're going to love ourselves, right? We're going to pour into ourselves the way we've constantly been pouring into this other person, that because of their unhealed and unresolved trauma, they've been taking advantage of it. Just because somebody is codependent, just because somebody is toxic, doesn't necessarily mean that they're malicious. It may just mean that they are very, very, very unhealed. Now, They are responsible for healing the trauma that they went through. They're not responsible for the trauma. But until that person makes the decision, right, they're going to be stuck in that toxicity. And we cannot do for others what they have to do for themselves, right? So you made that choice that like, no, I'm responsible for my own healing. I choose myself. And there is somebody coming your way, a Page of Wands, right? And a Two of Cups. So as you are thinking about this past relationship, Pisces, as you're sitting with it, as you're contemplating, as you're reflecting, I know I've been doing a lot of that, as you're realizing, wow, look how far I've come, look how much I've healed, look how much I've grown, and you're ready for this next phase of your life, right? And kind of like tying up those loose ends of understanding the process, understanding the lessons that you learn. There is somebody who is thinking about coming your way. They are very passionate, and you know, Page energy can be younger, but it also could just mean it's the start of something, right? And that this person, you can see them standing, they're not running, but they're thinking about you. And they're thinking about what they want to do with you, Pisces. They want to make sure that they are bringing you an appropriate offer, one that you are going to accept, one is that is worthy of an Empress. And so I think that they're just taking their time, and they don't want to jump the gun, and they want to start slow. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I think this is great, right? Pisces, I think continue to do what you're doing, continue to heal, continue to, you know, be proud of how far you've come, be proud of the hard choices that you made in the past, be proud of choosing yourself, your healing, your happiness, your joy, be proud of learning how to walk away from situations that were not serving you anymore. And yeah, it may still hurt sometimes, and you likely still care about this person. Now, look, I do have to say this. Six of Cups can also be a card of reconciliation, of nostalgia. So it's totally possible that this person, this Emperor reverse, is ready to come towards you once more to give you a new offer. That's totally possible. Everybody's going to be slightly different, but I just felt like it's totally possible that this person has been also going through a similar process, right, of trying to understand why things ended with an Empress when you were clearly their equal, and they know that things did not work out, and they very well may be doing their own inner child healing so that they can come to you correct and give you the offer that you deserve. But what I'm seeing is that keep doing what you're doing, Pisces. Focus on your own cup. Focus on your healing, pour into yourself, and don't ever forget who you are. Continuing to do that and staying in your authenticity, your alignment, your connection to spirit, and your intuition is ultimately what's going to bring you the love that you have been so deserving of forever. All right? So I love this for you. Keep loving on yourself. Keep riding the waves of emotion and triggers. It's all happening for you, not to you. And love is definitely on its way to you. Interesting. New World. This is from the Mother Earth Mandala Oracle. This card is a symbolic map of Mother Earth's journey, providing a message of hope for humanity. Place your focus on the central Earth and travel along the spiral. The golden Hebraic letter lambd represents the starting point of the new world, a time we live in now, a time when people stop following the pre-established pattern of society to embrace their own flow of life and create the world they wish to live in. Do what you love and be confident that each of your actions is important and influences your environment, your thoughts, your ideas, your accomplishments, your passions. There is only one like you, and this is why the world needs you. Continue pouring into yourself, knowing who you are, Pisces, owning your authority, owning the fact that you are a healer, and that you are so needed and your love is needed in this world, as long as you are loving people with boundaries and making sure that your cup is first. We're no longer doing the people pleasing and the overextending and the trying to fix people, because we cannot fix people, okay? A healer is someone that heals themselves and inspires others to do the same. We cannot heal other people. We can only heal ourselves. We cannot do for other people what they need to do for themselves, all right? So don't ever let your ego or your old thought patterns from childhood convince you that you're a wrong person, that you're wrong for walking away from a person that was not able to love you the way that you deserved. You do not have to put up with toxicity, with abuse, with lies, with manipulation to prove that you love somebody. Sometimes the best way to love somebody is from afar. And you know what? If somebody from your past is meant to be in your life, they'll circle back around. What you need to continue to do, Pisces, is to own who you are, keep connecting to spirit, and understand that by you choosing yourself and by you choosing to heal and to be in that high vibration, you are actually helping to create this new reality for everyone, because you are leading by example of what healthy, aligned love actually is. And it never means staying with somebody who is toxic, who is draining, who takes advantage of you. That's not what we're talking about. And if somebody from your past decides that they want to approach you, they need to bring the right offer. They need to come correct, and they need to bring you an offer that is worthy of an Empress. So I hope those messages resonated for you, and I will see you next time. Bye.